Hey guys, I'm coming to you live from Denver. How are you doing this week? I hope you guys are having a good start to your week. I'm out here in Denver finishing up a few workshops that I taught this weekend. It was great and super fun. And there was a common theme, even though my workshops were on very different topics at each place I taught, there was a common theme to all of them around one of the biggest things that was coming up around where we leave ourselves, right? And one of the ways that we leave ourselves is we don't pursue our desires. So inherently, there's a lot of lies, that we tell ourselves around it's okay, or, I don't know what to do. And so in today's video, what I want to do, we're going to clear around the pieces around leaving, and then we're also going to start to address some of the lies that we tell ourselves, and just also the places where the energies around that we need to clear around where we're not pursuing our desires. So I should introduce myself. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Deborah Acker. I'm an intuitive coach. I love helping people to really clear childhood patterns, pain, and trauma, right? So if you've had a difficult childhood, especially one that's you've experienced some kind of abandonment with the parent leaving or not being present in your life, and especially if you're finding in your life where you're feeling really challenged in your relationships, that is one of my biggest zones of genius. So if you're looking for support on that, definitely reach out to me and we can have a conversation and see if it's a good fit. But what I want to do today, so like I said, we're going to be doing clearing, just an update on the energies and what's going on with the energies in the field. Energies are still a little bit intense. They're calming down a little bit. Supposedly, maybe around mid to later part of the month, the energies are really going to start to subside, right? And so hang in there if you've been riding the ride and had all the ups and the downs and all the stuff that's going on with that. It is going to change. And if you're watching this video now, obviously, but also if you're watching this video later, comment below, say hello, say where you're watching from, and obviously any awarenesses or anything that shifts within you during the week. I always recommend watching these videos to start your day once a day at the beginning of the day. And so if you have any awarenesses that pop up, right? Any shifts or changes that come up that you notice. Obviously, what we, where we put our focus, that grows. So it's really important that you're noticing shifts in your life, right? Whether it's this or anything you're doing. So with that said, just for those of you guys who are new to clearing, we're going to be bringing light all the way through the body. And don't worry, I will walk you through this step by step. But we're going to be bringing light all the way through the body. And I always say the light is the truth of who we are, and it's the truth of who we've come here to be. And from what I've seen, it is the quickest and most powerful way for us to shift, transform, and change. So we're going to be bringing light all the way through the body, and then we're going to expand that out 5 feet, 10 feet, all the way out into the entire universe, right? Because most of us have spent a piece of our life, right, contracting ourselves, right, making ourselves invisible in some way. So notice if that's you. I can definitely relate to a piece of that on my journey. And so, obviously, as we start to pursue our desires, if you're hiding, that may impact the results of, what you're going after, right? So with that being said, go ahead and close your eyes and just taking a nice deep breath and just breathing in through your nose and filling your belly and the sides of the body and the chest and legs with air, and just exhaling out. And again, just breathing in through your nose and filling your belly and the sides of the body and the chest and legs with air, and just exhaling out. And just beginning to connect to the light. There's a liquid light that we can access, right? And we do this when we pray typically. So just bringing this liquid golden light down into your forehead, down past your eyes and ears and nose and mouth, down the back of your head, good, down your neck, across your shoulders. Good, down into your chest and heart space. Our heart knows our true desires, so that's super, super, super important. Moving that liquid light down into your solar plexus and moving it down into your belly and hips and pelvis and glutes, down your back, your entire back, down your arms, out through your fingertips, down your legs, and out through your feet. And just allowing this liquid light to coat your feet and ground you onto this plane, onto this earth. We can have many dreams. If we don't ground them in physical reality, we're likely only going to go so far if they're not grounded. So just noticing that. And just bringing that liquid golden light so down into Mother Earth energy, and just feeling there's an energy down in the center of the planet that really allows us to support, that to feel really strongly supported, right? Mother Earth energy is very loving and very supportive and very nurturing. So just allowing yourself to feel your version of that, right? And just bringing that liquid golden light back up through your feet, up through your legs, up through your hips and pelvis and glutes, up through your torso, and up through your neck and face. And one more time, just bringing this liquid golden light down your face, down your neck, across your shoulders, down your torso, and back, down your arms and out through your fingertips. Good. Down into your hips and pelvis and glutes, down your legs and the sides of your legs and the backs of your legs, and out through your feet. And bringing this back up through your feet, up through your legs, up through your torso, and up through your neck and face. And just connecting this light from above and below and expanding this light from your heart. So see the light coming from your heart. That's one of the originators of it, right? And then expanding that out into the entire room that you're in. Just allowing your body just to open, expand, and breathe. Good. And just opening, expanding, and breathing. And expanding it out into the entire building you're in. Again, wherever you are. Just super, super, super big. And just opening, expanding, and breathing. Good. And just opening, expanding, and breathing. And expanding out into the entire city. Again, wherever you are located, just super, super, super big. And just opening, expanding, and breathing. Good. And just opening, expanding, and breathing. And expanding out into the entire state or country. Again, wherever you're located, just super, super, super big. And just opening, expanding, and breathing. Good. And just opening, expanding, and breathing. And now expanding out past the entire continent. Again, just super, super, super big. And just opening, expanding, and breathing. Good. And just opening, expanding, and breathing. And expanding out past the entire world. So past all the cities and all the countries and all the continents. Just super, super, super big. And just opening, expanding, and breathing. Good. And just opening, expanding, and breathing. And again, one more time, out past the entire world, just super, super, super big. And just opening, expanding, and breathing. Good. And just opening, expanding, and breathing. And expanding out past the entire universe. So past all the planets, all the galaxies, and all the stars. Just super, super, super big. And again, just opening, expanding, and breathing. Good. And just opening, expanding, and breathing. You may find that you have resistance to being this big, and that's important to notice, right? And notice, because if you're contracting your body and you're making yourself smaller than you should be, you may be doing things that are actually holding you back from really being able to go after and have the biggest impact with your desires, right? In your desires. So just anywhere, so we'll just start to clear that. So just what we're going to do is just going to see this pattern coming out of your body, and we're going to replace it with something lighter. So anywhere that you see, anywhere you are contracting yourself, right, to fit in someone else's box, anywhere you're listening to someone else's opinion over yours, right, someone's telling you you can't do it, right? And anywhere where you're making yourself smaller than you should be, and anywhere where you're leaving yourself. And again, when I say leaving ourselves, and when we leave ourselves as someone's picking on us and we join their team over our own, right? We leave ourselves when, in situations when we have these desires, right? And then we inherently tell ourselves a lie about why it can't happen, or, how much can happen with it, or, just all the ways that we lie to ourselves around our desires, right? Where we don't know things. So any version of that, and you can feel that popping and getting lighter, but any version of that, just exhaling that out of your body. So again, just anywhere where you're not pursuing your desires, anywhere where you're lying to yourself around your desires, anywhere you're pretending you don't know what it is you want, any version of where you're leaving yourself, and any version of where you're keeping yourself safe and small and making yourself smaller than you're really intended to be. Just exhaling that out. Good. And just breathing in truth and breathing in light, breathing in infinite possibilities, and breathing in abundance, right? The abundance that comes when we go after and we're willing to pursue our desires. So just breathing in truth and breathing in light and breathing in abundance and breathing in the abundance that comes when we are willing to pursue and own and honor our desires. And one more time, just breathing in truth and breathing in light and breathing in infinite possibilities and breathing in the abundance that comes when we are willing to own and pursue our true and full desires. And just, we've talked about a little bit about like where we make each other really small, or where we put ourselves into boxes, and where others put ourselves into boxes. So anywhere that's true for you, right? Any version of where you've gotten, caught up in what someone else believes about your reality, and any version of where that's stopping you, and also anywhere where you're not, because something doesn't, you have a desire, but because it doesn't currently exist, you've ruled it out of your field, right? So just noticing that space of where, you have a desire, but because it currently doesn't exist, you've ruled it out of your field. Like you've said, okay, this is not possible, right? Or because there isn't an expert teaching you how to do it, you're not moving forward, right? Because you're waiting for an expert to tell you how to do what you're desiring, right? When, so any part of you that's not recognizing that the answers are already within all versions of that, just exhaling that out of your body. Good. And just breathing in truth and breathing in light and breathing in trusting and breathing in that all of the answers are within you, right? So just breathing in truth, breathing in light, breathing in trusting, and just breathing in all of the answers are within you. Breathing in truth, breathing in light, breathing in trusting, and breathing in that all of the answers are within you. You have all the answers. Like, you don't have to wait for some expert to tell you how to do your job. You don't have to, hire another coach. I'm a coach, but the truth be told, the answers are already within, right? What I help people do is come to those answers within themselves, right? So that you can live a guided life. It's funny because if you could see the visions I get as I'm doing these, that's why half the time you see me smiling, but it's just, I get these visions of like, because the next vision, I'll show you what it looks like in my head, but it's like, right? And so, and then I have to translate that into what they're trying to help me to clear, right? So just that space though, of where, we've been talking about this, but just that space again of where you're not being as big as possible, right? Just that space of where you're not, like, owning that you get to have the world when you choose it, right? So a space of where you're not owning that there's infinite possibilities, a space of that you're not being as big as you could be, right? And the space of where you're not owning that you get to have the world when you choose it, right? That the world's at your fingertips when you choose it. Just exhaling that out of your body. Good. and just breathing in truth and breathing in light, breathing in infinite possibilities, and breathing in the abundance that comes when you do start to live from that reality, right? And also the calm and the peace that comes, right? Because, there's that nagging voice that lives within us that's like, that where we've said we haven't totally pursued our desires, right? So there's that nagging voice that's like, like we're, especially as we start to get older, right? Like, why didn't I? So anywhere where you're creating that reality, right, of that nagging voice, and any version of where you're not listening to that inner nudge, right, or that inner see the vision I'm seeing this time, it's like poke, poke, poke. So anywhere you're not listening to that inner nudge, right, all versions of that, just exhaling that out of your body and just breathing in truth and breathing in light, breathing in love. So this is all about loving ourselves, right? A lot of what I work with people on is helping them to love themselves, because when we love ourselves that much, we are willing to pursue our desires. So the last one we're going to clear today is just any version of where you're not loving yourselves. Most of us tell ourselves a lie that we fully love ourselves, and I see this all the time, but so much of the time there's a place where we're not loving ourselves, right? Because we're not willing to take that stand for ourselves, right? Many times we're not willing to invest in ourselves and invest in what we truly desire. We're not willing to move towards it. So anywhere where you're lying yourself about that, right? And any version of where you're not fully loving yourself, just exhaling that out of your body. Good. And just breathing in truth and breathing in light and breathing in love and breathing in self-love. Good. Breathing in truth and breathing in light, breathing in love and breathing in self-love. Good. And just breathing in truth and breathing in light, breathing in love and breathing in self-love. And just bringing all your energy back into your body. And just taking a nice deep inhale and exhale. And just one more time, just taking a nice deep inhale and exhale. And thanks you guys so much for watching today. Again, comment below what awarenesses you got from this video and how you're seeing things shift. Again, I recommend watching this multiple times throughout the week to start your day. And again, just notice, I talk about this in my classes, but it is really all about not resisting. Like, if there's something challenging that comes up as you're, going on this journey, right, and going on this path, many times we go, oh, it didn't work, right? Or we're like, oh my God, like, oh, like I felt challenged, I felt icky or whatever, right? But know that that's the next level of energy that's meant to come up, that's in your way, in this video of pursuing your desires. But anytime we're doing these energy clearings, like if something challenging comes up, because that's the next thing that needs to be cleared for you to move forward in your life, right? For you to move forward and to have the thing that you're truly desiring. So with that said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Sending you much love. And again, if you know anyone in your world, in your community that could benefit from these, I would really appreciate it if you can share this community with them. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your week.